Hello, welcome to another isolation station. I'm really excited this week to introduce to you Andy and Fiona Banes, who both run Time for Marriage Ministry. Check it out online if you get a chance. Andy is also one of the elders at Waypoint Church. They're going to be speaking specifically about 5 relationship tips on how you can survive lockdown. And this is about developing your PPE, your personal protective equipment, and how you can actually have healthy homes and houses. Now, if you're thinking, but I'm not in a relationship, we are doing it from a slightly different angle next week, from a single person's point of view. But I think both of those will have lots of stuff in there to equip you and to encourage you. Enjoy it, share it, like it, everything else. And we really, really hope it just, it really gives you something to focus and hold on to in this time. Take care and enjoy. Bye.
Hi, I'm Fee.
And I'm Andy.
We've been married 27 years and we've been working together for over 10 years. So we know quite a bit about what it's like to be together 24/7. And if you're not married or think maybe this isn't going to be relevant for you, currently we've got our daughter Hannah who's living with us with our grandson. So our house is quite full. I mean, it's great, but it's full and busy. So we've just got some top tips about how to be together in this time and get along well.
And the first of those is just to really try and work on good communication, just to tell each other how you're actually feeling. It's really important in this lockdown time that the person we live with, our spouse, whoever, doesn't have to guess how we're feeling. Both Fee and I had wobbles at different times last week, as I'm sure lots of you did. Feelings of just being overwhelmed by what's going on, feelings of helplessness. And it was just really great that we could actually say that to each other so that we could then just be there to support and help and just to empathise, really, to be able to put ourselves in the other person's shoes. And if you're a couple who are Christians, it's great if you can pray together each day, just to say to each other, what's one thing I can pray for you today? And that really helps with communication because it tells us what's the thing that our spouse is particularly worried about or concerned about in the day ahead.
The next thing is space. Give each other space. Believe it or not, Andy and I don't necessarily like being together 24/7. So we don't do everything together all day. We actually don't eat all our meals together. Maybe don't expect for your other half to cook for you all the time if that generally is their role. So we will always have supper together, but not necessarily any of the other meals in the day, so that we can just grab food when we want it and carry on working. And also space to just do things that recreate us individually. So maybe some evenings we'll sit and watch telly together, and other evenings we'll do our own thing. We like different TV shows sometimes, and so it's good to do different stuff as well as stuff together. But space, give each other space.
And also to actively decide to forgive each other. In this situation of lockdown, we're spending a lot of time together as couples or as families, and it's we are going to annoy each other, we are going to aggravate each other, we are going to say the wrong thing, and it's just important to decide not to take offence and actually to practice forgiveness, perhaps on an hourly basis, certainly on a daily basis, not to let things build up. It says in Ephesians 4 verses 31 and 32, get rid of all bitterness, rage or slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate with one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Last week I had a really important work call, and I'd said to Fee, look, please be back by 1 o'clock. She had to pop out with Hannah to get some meds and some urgent things for Austin, our grandson.
You know what the queues are like at the shops at the moment.
Well, yes, that was their excuse anyway. So I'd had 2 massive rate pooey nappies to contend with before that. Got to 1 o'clock, they weren't back. I had to sort of juggle this baby, important work call, kept muting the headphones to cut out the baby noise. Quite stressful. When they got back, I could have exploded, but I didn't. I thought, well, it won't do any good. It won't solve anything. So I did actively choose on that occasion just to say, look, I forgive you. I know you didn't intend not to be back in time. So it's just finding opportunities to practice that sort of active forgiveness.
And kindness covers everything. Every morning Andy makes me a cup of tea, and it's not because he knows I'm a complete monster until I've had a cup of tea in the morning, but it's because he's just being kind. He doesn't need to make me one because he's off for a run, he's not making himself one. It's just that act of kindness that makes me feel loved first thing in the morning. And it's not just about things we do, it's about things we say. There's this brilliant verse in Proverbs 18:21 that says, words bring life and words bring death. They're either poison or they're fruit. You choose. And we've got a choice. We can either build each other up or we can put each other down. And that's so important at the moment, especially when some of us are feeling a bit discombobulated or vulnerable. To be able to build each other up in this season is just the most important thing.
And lastly, it's just to try and seek out fun. For Fee and I, fun is like a love language for us. And when we find ourselves not having fun together, it's usually a sign that things aren't particularly good between us. So it is hard in this current situation of lockdown to actually find things that are fun. We have to be really creative. Sometimes it's about spontaneity, just having a cheeky gin and tonic on a weekday night, or rather than just making yet another cuppa, perhaps surprise each other with a posh hot chocolate with all the cream and sprinkles and things on there. So spontaneity is good. Other times planning it in to actually say, look, we are going to make a real effort on Friday night. We are going to sit down, cook a nice meal and really invest in some time and having fun together.
Yeah, my parents, they messaged me this week to tell me they dressed up to watch Pride and Prejudice and then gone for a sleepover in the spare bedroom. I thought that was so cute. I thought they're having more fun than we are at the moment. I just love their creativity. So you have to kind of think outside the box at the moment, and there's lots of ideas out there. I'm loving some of what I'm seeing. So just make some time for some fun. So that's our top tips. It's communication, find space, forgive each other, kindness, be kind to each other and have fun. I hope that helps. See you soon.
Bye.